Beach FM, locals talking to locals.
This is Jacinda Thorn from the Kapiti Chamber of Commerce. Good morning and welcome to you, Jacinda.
Good morning. Thank you for that lovely introduction.
Oh, it's lovely to talk to you, I can assure you. Well, we've had the elections and I saw that Heather put out a statement welcoming the new council.
Yes, we have, and we're really excited about the opportunities over the next 3 years.
So, I know that you set forward some priorities, and in fact you had your own election meeting, didn't you? And which the candidates were made very well aware of what you think is important. What were those priorities again?
So for the Chamber, we've got 3 key priorities. One is tangible results in economic development. The other is ensuring we have a council that's open for business. And the other priority is around, I had a memory blank for a second, open for business, economic development, and infrastructure for the region. Because when all those 3 things are humming together, that's when we see growth. Indeed.
Now, you've been at the national conference of similar bodies in the balmy climes of Invercargill. And what were the themes that emerged from that conference?
Yeah, so Heather and I are down in Invercargill for the New Zealand Chamber of Commerce conference. And this is where all the chambers around the country gather and we talk about membership and how do we grow it and creating sustainable chambers. So Kapiti is one of the only volunteer chambers in New Zealand.
Wow.
Yes, a lot of them have full-time employees. And so we're just sort of sitting here and listening about growth and how we can achieve that and planning our future for the Kapiti Chamber.
Okay. Have you picked up any good pointers?
Oh, we're just about to head into our first session.
You're there now. Right, okay.
Yeah. Already we've talked to, say, the Invercargill Chamber. So they've got a similar size population to ours and how, they've gone through some growth in the last 12 months. So we're listening very closely to how they've done that and what we can bring home to Kapiti.
Okay, well, I didn't realise you're just heading into the conference. Thank you very much for making time available in that case. You have an AGM coming up shortly.
Oh, you're more than welcome.
You have an AGM shortly, don't you?
Yes, we do. So that's coming up on Thursday the 23rd at the Kapiti Airport. So everyone is welcome. We'd love to see you there and lay out sort of the achievements in the last 12 months and where we're heading in the next 12.
Okay, that's coming up on Thursday, and you say all are welcome to that?
Yes, they are. It kicks off around 5:30, I think, and there'll be some refreshments as well, so it's guaranteed to be a good time.
Whereabouts in the Kapiti Airport?
So in the boardroom, just as you go into the right.
Okay.
And we've got information on our Facebook page if you want more information to attend, times, etc.
Now, speaking of the airport, there's been a couple of announcements recently that I think are quite important. Firstly, of course, very sadly, Fonterra making its announcement. Here I am, I'm sitting in the original place where they used to store the Kapiti cheeses in the old days. And, of course, it moved down to the central town area. And now we hear that Fonterra is leaving. And also, of course, we hear that Todd Properties have dispensed with their interest in Kapiti Airport. I think both of those announcements are quite important for the region and for business generally. Would you agree?
I would agree. And look, both of those announcements were quite unexpected. On the Fonterra front, the Chamber is disappointed. We're losing 65 jobs. All those families are affected, and then we've also got quite a strong food manufacturing sector. So with this Fonterra pulling out, that will affect that part of our economy. One of the main things we want to ensure is that the building isn't left sitting empty. We've got a few buildings in that space that are empty, and we just don't really want to have another large building vacant in the heart of Paraparaumu.
I'm amazed. I actually knew Ross McCullum, who was the guy who started off Kapiti cheeses a long, long time ago. And I'm amazed that there hasn't been some rumblings about using that facility, which is all set up for some kind of boutique cheese operation, because, crikey, the milk's around and the skills are around to do the job, aren't they?
Yes, and the opportunities there too, which is hugely important. we're a little bit disappointed that they've been trading off the Kapiti name for quite some time. You go to Auckland and there's a Kapiti cheese shop in the CBD, and now the cheese is not going to be made in Kapiti.
Perhaps we should have a go at copyright and put a little C in a circle there and see what happens. And there might be some negotiations. However, it's interesting that we are in a community which does seem to be doing pretty well. I've just been talking to the Horowhenua mayor, and of course people are beginning to flood into the Horowhenua. That's also happening in the Kapiti area. So in essence, we have a promising story ahead of us.
Yes, we do. And look, Transmission Gully is due to open next year, so that's going to bring a whole lot of new opportunity to the region. When the next phase of the expressway opens to north of Otaki, it's going to do the same thing again. And look, there is a really strong positive feeling within the community. Some of these things are out of our control, but what we can control from the Kapiti business community, is the energy and the opportunities that we actually make the most of.
Well, thank you very much for displaying the energy this morning as you're heading into the conference in Invercargill.
Thank you.
It's been lovely talking to you, Jacinda. Thank you very much, and have fun down south.
We will. Thank you very much.
Thank you. There we are, Jacinda Thorn from the Kapiti Chamber of Commerce. This is Beach FM.
106.3 Beach FM.